Welcome to a new episode of Fit the Description, a Black man's podcast, where various Black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, news, and whatever else we want to talk about from a Black man's perspective. I'm your host, G, and tonight we're here with James.
What up?
And we got Keith.
What's up?
All right, cool. All right. So before we start, I just want to say a couple of things. Well, like I normally say, just so you know, we are on various different audio podcasts. It is at a delay, but if you want to check those out, the link will be down below. And also, please make sure to check out our Cliff channel. It's been on pause. Actually, let me talk about that real quick. So I actually paused uploading to the Cliff channel, not because I don't want to, but it's because I need a little bit more episodes. I realized as I was trying to clip everything out, I didn't have as many as what I thought. So I kind of am going to hold off uploading to that channel until possibly February, most likely when we come back, because if you don't know, as a recording of this podcast, we have about 3 more left, and this one should be coming out on December 3rd. So yeah, so we're almost done. And my plan is in the future, I'm only talking about this because I think the next one will probably be around Christmas. So maybe we might do something because it's Christmas time. But I just want to say this real quick that because this is going to be, like I said, basically I think this is the third to the last podcast. I just want to quickly just say a couple of things that yes, just so you know, we will be taking a break. Probably by the time you hear this, probably in January. So we probably won't be uploading anything in like the middle of January, just to take a break. But then we will probably be back the second week of February. Is what I think. It's what I think it is. But I had to look at that. I'll get back to you probably next podcast. But yeah, we're almost done for the year. So hopefully we can close out strong. And I definitely got some topics tonight. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know what's going on in the future, what's going on with this podcast, and just to let you know so you know ahead of time that yes, we will be taking a break in January. But we should be back around February. Yeah, you missed that podcast, man. But yeah,
why are you so excited about this? Never mind. All right,
because it's a great conversation.
Hey, man, I be having shit to do, bro. I be busy as hell, man.
like we've already talked about this. I know, look, man, the dude is a big boy. She's obviously a grown. They have kids. Why the hell is this so much news, bro? Do you want to get up in this shit too or something? Is that what it is?
No, I'm just
bring
saying.
this chick up a lot. Like you got to say, hey, if you're out there, Brittany, whatever your name is, look, holla at my boy G. All right, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he's got a lot of money to pay child support, but I mean, he could be a deadbeat dad. I mean, right quick, maybe. I don't know. Hey, you never know. This could be a love connection, right?
That's not the point why.
Damn. I ain't say all that. Goddamn.
Yeah. Well, what the dude? We already went over this, and I told him then the chick is whatever you want to call her, a thought, whatever, blah blah. She got the bag, whatever. I mean, he's paying child support. Everybody's like, oh my God, he's paying a lot of child support. He said, I'm not paying a lot of child support. Now everybody's like, why did you take advantage of that young man? Dude, this grown man. He had sex with a chick, knocked her up.
Let me add this. He was a 19-year-old at the time. Does that change your views on anything?
No, he could have been 12. Give me a break, bro. When I was 12 years old, 13, and I'm like, eating sheets or whatever, that's it. I wasn't like, oh man, damn, look, you took advantage of me. He's not even saying that. So why the hell is everybody else trying to point that out? She was 25 or 27 or 38 or whatever, and he was 19. She just preyed on him and no, didn't.
I
Come
got
on,
something else.
you got something to say? Come on, I know you do. You're gonna be like, nah, hell no, she's a home wrecker or Uber, or,
The homebreaker.
you know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
Some look, and then you're gonna be like, look me up, girl. I'm G. I run fit the description. What's up?
I mean, honestly, if I had anything to add to it, I would just say this. I mean, like I said, when you're younger and you get a chick that looks like that, that's showing interest in you, I mean, you have to respect her in a way because she saw that dude's future. She got him to the or I mean, I'm not gonna say she got him to the NBA, but I mean, if he's 16, 17 years old, I mean, obviously he was in his ear strategizing what she needed to strategize. Like, I feel like she helped him get to where he needs to be and to take care of herself at the end of the day. So, I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, man. I can't say that she pried on him because it's not like because she could have been like, "Oh no, I love this man, and you need to stay home with me and stare at me all day," like some chicks. So she actually, seems like she was there for him, and she had a baby, and probably got tired of him. Like, I don't want to be with this dude no more. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
All right. So first off, to answer you, James, the only reason I'm bringing this up, and this is the last time I'm going to, is because we're hearing from and I think it's just important to get her view instead of just listen to us dudes and our view. It's the only reason why I brought it up.
That's have because you already heard her view. Didn't she post a picture saying that stepdaddy or something like that?
Oh, I know, but I'm saying no. What I'm saying is, but she's actually explaining it now, and that's different. Yeah, she's really? Not just putting.
That's funny. You give a flying what that chick got to say. Like I said, man. Hey, holla at him. He's on here, baby. Every Friday. Listen to him.
Hey, wasn't
comment and subscribe.
And I'm saying we're giving a chance to hear from a woman's perspective.
That is not hearing from a woman's perspective. That's a chick that you want, you know what I'm saying, or interested in, or some shit that you want to just hear talk and get argue and shit. I don't give a shit what fucking happens. I'm not banging that chick. I ain't paying that chick child support. Okay, so whatever they got going on is what they got going on.
I feel you, but again, this is just for an entertaining conversation.
Nah, man,
okay,
you don't feel me.
Well, I mean, I got a question. I got a question for. Okay, I think, and this might be irrelevant to the situation, but I got a question for James since I have a son. And I'm not saying that by no means that I know what you're going to say, but hypothetically, let's say your son ends up getting in this situation. Like I said, I know by no means like I would ever let my son even bro. There's no way in hell. But I'm saying, even me, I will answer that. Like, well, I mean, I guess I'll go first and answer. So hypothetically, which I don't really like to do because I don't believe in hypotheticals. But for this situation, if this was my son, and for some unknown reason, I'm not in the picture, which, like I said, can't even see it. But by some hypothetically, because this man does have a son, especially if there's 3 of these motherfuckers walking this earth, obviously has a father somewhere. And I can't believe that he let his son go through this. But like I said, hypothetically, it's like to watch your kid go down this road. It's like, how, as a father perspective, does one let this happen? Like I said, I don't know the relationship between him and his father.
Huh? Let what happened? The mother was 19.
I'm saying,
That's a grown man. You gonna be hollering at your 21-year-old son like, hey man,
Okay,
hey,
okay,
doing that.
well, this is where, like I said, this is where me and a lot of people differ at the end of the day. I'm the type of person who, okay, your son's a grown man. It is what it is. You can't say nothing, or you feel like you can't say nothing to him. But I don't care how old you are. You look for some type of influence from your uncles, from your fathers, whatever, in certain situations. So I don't feel like like me. I've always hated when parents say that, like, oh, well, he's a grown man. He's gonna do what he wants to do. Okay, I'm not saying that that's not half true, but I still feel like it's on you as a parent to still, and because as they say, a parent's work never ends at the end of the day. So it's like I would never make that excuse like, oh, well, he's a 19-year-old, he's a grown man, he makes his own decision. That's still my son, and that's still my bloodline. That's still a part of me that's about to get in a messed up situation. So you mean to tell me that you're just gonna let your son get into a messed up situation that you know that is potentially going to I will not ruin his life, but basically alter his life?
Look, let me tell you something. This is the best part. So I don't have a son, but
okay. Well, see, I do.
I have a daughter, but
okay.
Society is going to tell you to leave your kids alone, and I'm going to tell you how it happened, or at least for me. So, my kid graduated from high school, going into college. Dope, hell yeah, orientation. Let's go. I'm going to go hang out as a concerned parent. I'm trying to see what's going on. Sit down in this big ass auditorium. They got parents, they got kids, got everything. Okay. Speaker comes up and says, check this out. I need all the kids to move over there and all the kids to move on the parents to move on one side, kids on the other side. Okay. So everybody kind of shifted. And they said they put a big ass thing on the teleprompter or whatever the hell it is, like a slideshow. And they were like, you don't want helicopter parents here. Leave your kids alone. Wave goodbye to your parents' kids. You guys are in college now. Go find a buddy. Go find a group. Go find a club to be a part of, so you don't have to rely on your parents. Okay? And then they have parents come up and go, the best thing I've done to my kid is walk away from them, let them sink. And then they learn how to be a responsible person. I thought the shit was crazy as hell. I thought it was a cult or something. But that's what they tell people. And these nephews all have the same experience. They're like, look, you need to let that kid do this. You need to do that. So society it's not gonna be someone like me going, hey, kid is this old, so they're gonna do what they're gonna do. But society's gonna tell you that kid's gonna make their own decisions, so leave them alone. I'm not saying that's being concerned. I'm not saying that I never listened to whatever the fuck they said in that orientation, but it boggled my mind and it had me think, this is literally what they're spewing. And most people, yeah, they're going, this is right. And these kids are going, yeah, it was great. To the year I was really fucked up, but then after that, I learned. So if that dude is 19 years old and he's about to get a contract, do you really think he's looking for people to explain to him about banging a chick? No. He's made a list to his homeboy. But ultimately, I guarantee society has already started programming him. He just needs to make his own choices. So you can tell him something, and granted, you telling him something may work, but for the most part, in my head, I'm thinking it's going to go one ear and out his ass. And he's just going to go, yep, fuck it, let's roll. Society tells kids at 18 years old, you need to leave your parents alone and make your own damn decisions. Make your own way. That's what an adult is. And you haven't gotten there yet. The system. You may fight the system and win, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be rough ass.
No. Okay, but that's not what I'm saying. Okay. You said you have daughters. Okay, so if your daughter is dating a dude, and so you find out that she's getting humped up by this dude, and she don't say nothing because she's an adult and she's trying to make her own decision, but she getting fucked up, she in the hospital, she getting stitches. So you just ain't gonna.
But you're saying like I need to go and tell her no. You should.
No.
That's what you're saying. But you're saying
not going to. I'm saying that you're not going to just do anything.
You're comparing. You're comparing someone getting assaulted to someone having sex.
No.
That guy was penetrating.
I'm comparing a life-altering situation. These are all life-altering situations. Okay,
penetrating a chick at 19 is clockwork. It's not no life-altering situation.
I'm sorry, I cannot agree with that. On basically how she chose to do it, yes, it is life-altering at the end of the day.
But how did she choose to do it?
I'm saying she didn't date this dude, have a kid with this dude, stay with this dude. No, she trapped this dude. Okay, how you choose to look at it and spin it is how you choose to look at it and spin it. But we don't know what she did. She trapped him. She can say whatever she wants to in that video. She knows what she did. But I'm saying that's a life-altering situation that basically he has to do, I'm sorry, that basically he has to deal with for the rest of his life. Like I said, she didn't choose to work things out. No, she chose to get that bag and run with it.
Okay, so she didn't. Okay, I'm just confused though. You're saying she trapped him.
Yeah. I'm saying from a chick that talks how she talks, that's a chick that knows what she did psychologically to this. I'm not saying boy or kid or anything, to this man. She knows what she did.
I mean, again, there's no I'm not gonna argue the situation if she trapped him or not. He's an adult. That's like me saying, "Ah, oh, damn, right now a chick just trapped me into having a kid with her. That's fucked up." I'm an adult.
Okay.
I penetrated her. It happened.
So domestic violence happens all the time, but the only reason what makes it domestic violence is if somebody says something. That's it. That's the only thing that makes domestic violence is if somebody says something. If nobody says anything, and then it's just a normal day in the Tucker household. That's what I'm saying. And that's what she's doing, and she's speaking on it.
You keep comparing this dude penetrating a chick.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you keep bringing up domestic violence.
Yes, I am. And because at the end of the day, it's women who don't say anything. I'm saying that I'll put it to you like this: if she would have never went online and said anything about her basically doing everything she did to this boy, we would have never have known. And so we have nothing to go based off of basically she tracked this dude. I'm saying that you're saying that no matter what, this is the domestic violence. Okay, but I'm saying if she accepts what this man is doing, just because we look at it as domestic violence as parents doesn't mean that's how she feels. I'm saying, like I said, just and she can think of it as a form of love, just like him. He probably thought that she loved him and all these things. It's like instead of physical abuse, it's mental abuse. To me, it's on the same pattern. Pimps and hoes do it all the time. So basically I'm saying that I'm saying that you have daughters, if they were getting mentally abused, or I'm sorry, physically abused, just because some people do not look at mental abuse as bad as physical abuse doesn't mean they're different.
Yeah, no. I mean, again, all I can do is agree to disagree, bro. Because
No.
you keep putting mental abuse up. Like I need to understand how she mentally abused, how she trapped this dude by letting him fuck. Because damn, if that's the case, shit, somebody needs to.
No. Okay, well that just goes back to what I'm saying as a parent. I'm just shocked. Okay, that just goes back to how I started this. As a parent, you wouldn't let your son get trapped in this situation. You would inform him. That's basically how I started this.
What would you inform him of, though? A fucking chick comes home for dinner with a fat ass and big boobs, and you say, son, don't fuck with that chick. She's gonna trap you.
I'm saying yes. I would
look at you like a fucking lunatic.
No, I cannot agree with that. There's too many examples.
Because you know,
just like you said,
you know the situation. You know the situation. If you didn't know shit about this, and your son at 21 years old came home with a fine ass chick, you would be like, "Hold on, son, don't fuck with that." You would do that.
I'm saying it's just like you said. There are little computers at the palm of my hand. You can Google that bitch and shit'll pop up. And to know she's not low.
So again, but no. So you're gonna sit there and be like, "Hold on, son, what's that chick's name? Hold on, let me Google her. Nah, don't fuck with her."
Yes. Bro, if I'm breaking
your son will be like, "Bro, calm down, pops. Calm down."
No, in this day and age, I guarantee you, no, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
You can. I mean, you can sit there and say I disagree with that, but I've seen it happen. I lived it. My nephew is 27. My little brother is 27. My 21, 25. I've got them. I'd be like, "Hey, bro, I don't know about that chick. Nah, man, we smooth. Don't even worry about it." All right. What else am I gonna say?
Like I said, it's different if you have a son. Like I said, you can technically dig in his at 19 and be like, "Hey, that's not a good." Like I said, how you talk to your kids and like how you talk to other people's kids are completely, totally different things at the end of the day. Now, like I said, how I would talk to my niece, I want to tell her 100 things as she can do, but I know that that's not my place. But nothing is stopping me from telling my kids what basically I can't tell her. So that's what I'm saying. You saying that you got nephews and cousins and all these things, you know they got parents who are basically going to overrun everything you have to say. Doesn't matter how you say it. There's like third or fourth on the food chain compared to parents and the grandma and grandpa friends. Like you.
Again, hey, at the end of the day, bro, at that point, then we can't even finish this conversation until your fucking kid's 19.
Okay, but I'm just saying that
all you can do is give me a hypothetical. I can give you a factual.
My question is basically, let me just sum it up. As a father, or not a father to a son, but you're a father to a daughter. That's the only reason why I gave an example of a life altering physical and mental, like I'm sorry, a physical versus a mental. Yes, I mean, actually, I'm not going to put words into your mouth, but from what I'm understanding, let me ask. You're saying that physical abuse is worse than mental abuse.
What? Oh, what?
Huh?
One time. Run that by me one more time, pimp.
Okay, I'm saying before, and I asked my initial question, I'm saying because you have daughters, you don't know what it feels like to have a son at a certain age. So I'm saying because you have daughters in this situation per se, you're saying, and because I'm saying domestic violence, I'm just trying to clarify or like understand what you're saying. So you feel like physical abuse is worse than mental abuse.
I mean, again, for me, it's not that physical abuse or mental abuse or anyone's better or worse than the other. I'm
Mhm.
saying this dude penetrated a chick and had a kid, and you're like trying to compare. Well, somebody beat the shit out of a fucking female. I'm like, well, that's not the same thing. That's an apple
No,
to
no,
a.
no. That's why I said long-term effect. And they both have long-term effect. I'm not talking about just the act that's happening. I'm saying, and the long-term mental abuse and the long-term physical abuse. You, you like, I'm saying that this dude
How do you
probably
know
saw
there was?
one. Uh-huh.
Oh man, I just don't know. You're assuming that there was anything as far as abuse against this dude to this chick.
Hmm.
How can you prove it? All you're doing is hearing what she says and said, nah, you know what? That chick trapped him. That went on there. All you know
I'm,
is that they had sex and had a kid. And now they got, okay, my bad. They had sex, had a kid, got married, or got married before. I don't know how it went down. And then got
mhm.
divorced. Now that's mental abuse right there.
I'm I'm saying from what I heard from his camp and his side from when it was out, he was depressed, he was going through it, he couldn't play basketball, he
The
had to
nigga
take
got
time off,
divorced.
and they weren't married.
They,
Last time I checked, they weren't married.
were they married or not?
Yeah, they were married.
Oh, they were?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, but huh? You said what?
No, I said yes. They were fucking married.
Oh,
So
I
yes,
didn't I
a nigga
I
that gets divorced is gonna be depressed. I don't give a fuck who he is.
Hold on. Let me make sure. I just want to make sure. But
like I said, I don't think that they were married.
yeah, they were married. No, they were never married. My fault.
The fuck, nigga,
Okay.
what are you fact checking on?
No. I just read. No, I had to read down. I read down and it said, yeah, they were never married.
So
I'm on Google.
okay.
I just had to look at. Yeah, they were never married. They basically, if you heard what the podcast said, what she said on her end, that's why I was trying to let you listen to it. She said that he basically said was okay with her having his child.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck about that. It's not okay with him having it's do the DNA test. If it's his kid, then he obviously has sex
Yeah.
with her, and that's the end of it. I don't give a fuck. If he was okay with it, then he wouldn't be fucking her. If you fuck a hood rat, you know there's a possibility you're gonna have a kid with a hood rat. Plain and simple. You have to take the consequences.
Said I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just like I said, to my biggest question, let me ask you. Like I said, I'm just saying as a parent, I just couldn't sit there and just not try to beat it into my kid's school repeatedly in this day and age. I'm not gonna ever say that, oh well, kids don't listen, kids gonna say fuck you. I don't agree with that at all.
10-year-old right here, I can ask.
Like I feel like if you're a driving force in your kid's life, then they will listen to you. Like me, yeah, my parents weren't a driving force in my kid's life, so I give a fuck what any adult has to say. Maybe if I had a constant force that was always there, who helped me out when I was in a pinch and I needed help and all of that. But yeah, no, like I will take a friend's word. Like, I mean, even like, dude, I don't even know you like that, but you've been more of a driving force in the last year in my life than my fucking parents. I'll take your word over more shit than them. But like, that's what I'm saying. That, like I said, if you were a person who had your parents in your life, maybe you would look to them for guidance. In some small factor, this person knows what they're talking about. But yeah, we grew up where we listen to Friends or the TV or other friends' parents and shit like that. That's the point that I'm trying to make. But I'm just saying that I don't feel like I'm not saying that I don't know if his dad's even alive, but I'm just like, I'm always shocked when people always critique young people's actions like, oh, well, she had a kid at this age, and she's a hoe, and this and that, but it's like her parents are shit. And I'm always like, and I hate saying that because that's technically not her fault because she didn't have nobody teaching her that this is not right. Like, how is that her fault at the end of the day? Like, I get that you can't be a helicopter parent. Yeah, I agree with that. But I don't agree that you should leave your kids to the fucking wolves too. Like I do a lot of things that were never done when it comes to me as a kid that I would have loved on me, a white person or a suburban kid. But no, I take the time to ask these kids how their day was when they first come here. I take 30 minutes to 45 minutes to listen to their whole day, just so they know that they matter. Like I said, if anybody would have gave even two shits about half the shit I did on a daily basis, just let me vent about my day, no matter how good, no matter how bad, it made a difference. I know it does. Now, if you're saying that it doesn't, and it doesn't matter when they get 19 or 20, then that's how you feel. But I know when I was that age and I knew as a kid, being an adult, knowing that nobody gave a shit, it makes a difference. But we'll see in 10 years if I'm proven right or wrong. I like that.
So I guess we're not reacting to the rest of the video.
Like I said, I mean, you can play it, but I mean, like I said, I agree with him. I put this about, to be honest with you. I mean, like I mean, she did what she did, and like I said, she got a bag. Like her side doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like, yeah, as a man, like I said before, I feel more bad for him just because I'm a man at the end of the day.
Okay. Well, you know what?
I could care less about her side because she's getting paid regardless of the fact. So,
And the thing is, the only reason why I brought it up was because I mean, well, okay, so it goes into another question. So I guess my question is then, are you saying that we shouldn't listen to a woman's side of things, like her side? Like, could you just say her side doesn't matter?
I'm saying if we know her history, then no. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I feel that way. You can look up her history.
Yeah. I agree.
and you can see where she's come from. And like that's the point that I'm trying to make in the whole thing with Jada. All right, we was led to believe that obviously she was this type of person and we were all wrong because we didn't know her history. That's why it's so shocking. But this whole uh Brittany Painter shit, it's like, is it really shocking? Like that's always been her MO. It's like it's not shocking. So I'm saying if you can look up her accolades, the people she's dated, doing TikTok videos and shaking her ass for the world, nah, bro, that's not the chick that you want. Like that's not the chick that you want to just. I don't care what she said in that little thing. It's like that's not the chick that you want to go bare back on. That's like,
Yeah.
nah, you need to strap up, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I hate to be that guy to be like I respect the chick's hustle. I respect the chick hustle. If you want to shake your ass on TikTok and Instagram and be an IG model or thought or whatever the label is now, do what you do. But yes, I do feel like when you bring kids into the situation, that changes the motherfucking game. You need to stop that whole activity. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel. All that whole antics and twerking and being a fucking thought and all that shit, man, that shit need to cut it the fuck out. Going on pop because you just doing detrimental shit to to your child's future. Because when your child gets older and you make this name for yourself, like that's why a lot of these chicks you don't see, like you don't really hear nothing about them because they gotta live certain type of lives. It's like I always give everybody an example like this. It's like Pam Anderson was big as hell in the 90s, early 2000s, but have you seen her kids out and about? Her kids gotta be at least in the mid teens. Like you don't see them out and about like that.
Hmm.
Like you don't see them being talked about like that because she probably has lived like she could say that, oh yeah, I've been honest with my kids and all this. Nah, you ain't never gonna be as honest as you think you should. As the internet gonna be? No. No, you ain't gonna be as honest as the internet. I guarantee you that. It's like I hate when chicks say that. It's just like when Kim Kardashian had to explain Kanye's job versus her job to her daughter at the end of the day. I mean, I know a lot of people to see how that played out, but it's like she said Kanye's a singer, a songwriter, a producer, this and that, and she was like, "Mommy has multiple talents." So what the fuck does that tell you at the end of the day? It can't just be honest and tell what basically mommy does, on why she's famous, because that's what her daughter asked her. Why are you famous? Why is daddy famous? Which I feel like if you gonna be famous, then you should own up to how you got famous. I mean, I hate to say it like that. Like, yeah, obviously nobody wants to tell their kid, like, yeah, mommy got famous for putting out a sex tape, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Because yeah, kids are gonna want to be influenced. Oh, well, you get it and you worth $1 billion. It's like, why can't I do it? But I do agree. Like I said before, I agree with Jay. Once you turn to be an adult, yeah, do what you want to do. But yeah, if I feel like I can say like, hey, this might be bad, man, like don't do it. Don't, you know, son was like, hey man, I wanna, be an adult worker. Okay, I'm gonna show him every documentary that I done seen. And I done see some messed up documentaries. So it's like, okay, if you wanna be a adult worker after these documentaries, then okay. but at least I took the time to educate you on the outcomes and and the um and the um and the issues that might occur in the sex industry or the adult industry. It's just like he wants to be a cop, and it's like I tell him, like I don't mind him wanting to be a cop. That doesn't affect my life in the slightest. Like I feel like the world needs police officers, but at the same time, I'm gonna show him as he gets older, like, okay, being a cop, because I had an uncle who was a cop. And you need to know what comes with being a cop. It's not just always just driving around and ain't nothing gonna happen. No, you're gonna be put to the test. You're not gonna be liked by 80% of the world. Like people ain't gonna respect you. People gonna talk shit to you. People just gonna randomly flick you off for no reason, literally no reason at all, and you'll never understand it. But it's like I feel like that's how you educate a kid to make a certain decision in life. And I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with it. I can't just be like, oh fuck it. He's he's an adult or he's an adult. I can't do nothing about it. Like I say so don't matter. Like I mean, and like I said, and I hear that from so many parents. And it's just so bad to me. It's just so bad. It's just a terrible way to look at parenting. Once you're an adult, oh, who cares? Like that just sounds like what the hell I went through. That's why I'm in the situation I'm in, I feel, because nobody cared as I got older. But
So,
like I said,
go ahead.
on the go.
So, oh shit. Oh, whew. I almost spilled a drink on my computer. So, I can like I said, I'm not a father to kind. Well, hold on. Let me ask you one quick question, and then I'll go ahead. So, are you basically saying a woman's past matters?
Yeah, I feel like a woman's past and a man's past matters too. And to the life expected of having a kid, yeah.
Okay.
Of having a kid, yes, I do feel like that.
Time, but I will say that I will continue on to this specific topic.
Mhm.
Um, so how I look at it and how I feel it, the first thing I asked myself was there anybody there talking to him? Because there was like if there was like nobody there advising nobody, because like I just can't imagine this dude hooked up with this girl and like nobody said nothing.
Mhm.
Like I can't imagine that. Like I like if I'll put it like this, I can only really feel bad if people weren't in his ear to tell him, yo, don't do that, don't mess with her, she ain't the one. Yeah, at that point I feel like because I can't blame somebody knowing something that they don't know.
Mhm.
And hell, we were young, like dude. I'm telling you, man, like especially, I mean, at 19, dude, I would have smashed any hot thing running around. I don't care if it was a prostitute, a hoe, whatever. Like I said, when we're young, we think with our dicks. As we get older, we start thinking with our heads. So like, yeah, at that age, yeah, I mean, I would have ran around, messed around with everything. So yeah, I mean, but that's why you're supposed to have a good camp, or at least people there around you to tell you, hey man, don't mess with her. She's trouble. So if there was nobody
Yeah,
from my
yeah, but you didn't
understanding.
have any male influences in your life though
Well,
at
no,
that
no, no, no,
time.
no. I get you, but I'm just talking about this situation.
Mhm.
So just to me, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's because like if you don't have male influence, I can't be mad at you. But if you
Mhm.
did have a man there in your ear, I can't. I can't be sympathetic to your issue. You had fucking dudes, men, and people there. If he did in your ear
Mhm.
talking about, yo, she trouble, no mess or whatever, and they're there advising you, you know, and he didn't take the advice at that point, even if you're 19, I mean, yeah, that's kind of on you, man. Like you didn't take anybody's advice, you just went with it, and now you're in the situation. And again, I get it. I was there too, and I'll be honest with you, it's hard to tell any young man, I mean, any man in general, what to do. I mean, the best you could do is advise him, ask him not to do it. But at the end of the day, to me, a man's going to make a decision that he's going to make, even as a young man. And at that point, like I said, I don't. It's hard for me. I can't feel bad if you had people there warning you about her. I do feel bad if there was nobody there for you to tell you, "Hey, man, watch out for her." At the end of the day, I mean, it's true. Like this is why I was saying in the last podcast, and I'll tell you here that it's very important as a man to know who you're messing with because, and that's the whole entire point of this entire of this entire conversation. Well, of this entire situation, I say this conversation. This situation is, you got to be careful. At least to the young men out here who listen to this podcast, you got to be careful who you mess with because, and this goes back to even the earlier conversation where I sit there and say, depending on who you mess with, can also, as a man, can also affect you in the long run. You get with like something I realized, and something I said that's why I play that Don Stern thing and all that, even with his situation. The thing is that if you bring the wrong woman into your home, into your household, your entire castle, like I said earlier, can be gone in an instant. You know, takes one day, one lie, one something that a woman says, and your entire thing all the shit that you work for could be gone. That's why it's very important to watch who you mess with and watch who you date and watch who you fuck around with and watch who you put your dick into, Even as a young kid, there are a lot of women that will come out and take advantage of you or know what you're going to be and take advantage of that situation to come up off of you. You know, the one that you gotta ask yourself, you gotta understand is like, hey, is this woman going to be here for the long haul? And that's kind of how most men to me think. We think for the long run. And of course, things fall apart, things don't work. I'm not saying like everything's going to last. What I am saying is if you build a home on a shaky foundation, that entire house is going to fall.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is important. That's my whole entire point of this. It's very important to know the woman you're dealing with and the woman you're fucking with because, again, you choose the wrong one, it could be your downfall. Whether it's just simple embarrassment to the point of your entire legacy could be destroyed.
Yeah, no, and I don't disagree with any of that. Like I said, I just, like I said, my biggest part is that if from what I can see, from what I can see on here on the internet, from looking it up, like I said, his father was the least of his life through fucking college. Now I can't speak on after that, but like I said, that's what I'm saying as a parent, you know, yeah, I will place blame on, okay, you're an adult, but I can see if every man in like what you just said, postmen, uh, like postmen in our age bracket, feel like that, I would say. But yes, if you're 23 years old, yeah, you probably ain't thinking about that. Yeah, you probably thinking about this as a piece of ass. But if she says, or if she's saying what she's saying is true about, oh, well, we talked about it and this and that and blah blah blah. He went up in me and had a baby. Okay, if you talk to this man, it's like, yeah, everything is just one sided. I'm just going based off of the shit she says, and I'm sorry, I just don't believe it's that simple.
Oh.
I don't believe that she didn't tell this dude like, oh yeah, we're gonna be together forever and that whole nonsense. Like, yeah, he
Well,
didn't want.
just so you know, what you're talking about, she actually does say that in that video that I was playing. She actually does talk about that.
Okay, well, I mean, okay, but I'm saying that I'm okay, but I'm saying that she talks about all this stuff, but obviously, but how she talked, like I said, she did that whole post of, oh, it's easy to trick it, like not a post, but she went on a whole live about it,
Oh
like
yeah.
how easy it is to trick an NBA player. It's like if you're willing to say that, I feel like in a way, like it's 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 just like when people accidentally murder somebody or you basically do premeditated murder. It's like she basically premeditated this. Like she knew what. Like if you're gonna say that, you know what you were doing. Like that's the point that I'm trying to make. Like you knew what you were doing. If you took the time to go on a live and say this about your, like, knowing your baby's father is in the NBA and telling other women that it's easy to trap an NBA player. They're not that smart there and they're gullible and stuff like that. There's nothing she can say to me to justify. And like I'm saying, that she won't be the first one to trap a man. So like that's what I'm saying. Like if he didn't have people in his circle to be like, okay, this chick did this chick did that. Like, and not even just NBA. It's like in all forms of entertainment, how many chicks get with these guys and trap them and then leave them and then get a fucking bag at the end of the day. It's like he's not the first one to have this happen. So I'm saying, yes, if you and your son aren't on good terms to where you're talking, but I'm saying, me as a father, I couldn't just let my son, potentially have a psychological burden because he's not going to be in the NBA forever. He could get an injury and then that cash flow could stop, but he still has to pay that child support. Then
Mhm.
what? And so that's the point that I'm trying to make. And like the only reason why I compare that to a woman getting assaulted is because, like I said, I know women. I have known women that get abused that don't say anything, that all because they love this man and they feel like some kind of loyalty to this person, they stay. Does it matter what we have to say? But like I'm saying, that's when you have to take it upon yourself to teach your daughter. I'm saying there's no way that a woman or a mother or an aunt can't, like, is like not supposed to teach them, like, okay, you being hit ain't right. Like like I said, this is a different time period because how, like I said, like my aunt went through two, or no, not two, I'm sorry, one spatial abuse and like, all these things, and she emphasized on it, and she, taught the girls like, yeah, being hit ain't right. And so, but like that's what I'm saying. So like all of my cousins and stuff are tough. They all got guns, they all fighters and all of that. So you see the point that I'm trying to make when, like, I mean I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just a me thing.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. I just feel like, yes, in this day and age, I agree with Jay. You can't tell these kids nothing if you're not a constant influence in their life. If you're not a constant influence in their life, then yes, I do feel like that plays a big role in kids today's outcomes. Yes, in 10 years, will whatever happen? Like, yeah, I'm not saying that I have an example, like a hardcore example of a person, a man in a boy's life that would be the ages of, what do we say, 22 or 20 to 25. Like, I don't have that example of a person not having a kid because I just don't really, like, all the friends I got have kids that are my age. But, at the end of the day, but so, like I said, but obviously, I know a lot of girls that are ages of 20, 21, 25 that have abusive ass men in their life and they just go with it. And they all have the same story of like, yeah, they got daddy issues or they got mommy issues. And the 9 times out of 10, that means that your parent was not there to protect you or whatever, or you feel like abuse is right, and I feel like that's not true, and I feel like the same thing with 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 dudes. Like, a woman's vagina runs this world, and like I said, and I feel like that's because a lot of these men are controlled by that, and I feel like it's up to these fathers to try to make them say, pussy ain't gonna pay the bills. Pussy ain't gonna keep you fed at night, none of that. And like, however hot she is, however thick she is. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's like fathers don't teach their kids that, or sorry, their sons that. It's just no, it's just a conquest. It's just I gotta have sex with as much ass as possible before the ass just runs out. Like that's what dudes be thinking. I think like fucking a world just gonna run out of pussy, and that's just not how it is. That's just not how it is. But it takes a man to teach his son that like women will always be there, but money will not. Like yes, money brings women. If if you have a lot of money, doesn't matter if you got the most loyal, baddest chick of all. Tristan Thompson is a prime example of that. You know, he had a chick that was down for him, but you can't say no to the groupies. Like you can't say no to the groupies. Like I said, IG, all these IG thoughts and these IG models or Facebook models are some of the most beautiful women I have ever seen in my life. And some of these chicks is just regular chicks that just invested in their bodies, in their face, in their looks and all that. And, yeah, if I was rich, how could you say no? How could you say no to all these women? It's next to impossible. And you ain't got to work for it too. Man, it's impossible to say no. I get that part. But what I don't get is, yeah, you can have sex with these women all day, but you gotta have some type of mental mind state of like, you need to strap up. I don't care how warm it feels, and all of that. You gotta, make the consequence like, like I said, if she has a history or a background that you can see, because she has a history that you can see, like her life, her last 5 years has been on display. That's like saying, oh, Amber Rose. Like I don't know what she's about. Like no, you've seen Amber Rose and what she's been about. Like a Black China. That's like saying, oh no, son, it's fine. Hate her. That's cool. No, you know what she's about. You're not just gonna be like, oh no, hold on, wait a minute. Because you have a computer at the tip of your fingers to do your research. Oh. Now, like I said, if your son then chooses to keep pursuing this chick and then he falls into that trap, and and then yeah, but like I said, I just feel like I can't say that if you have somebody in your ear who's trying to explain something to you, that at your young career as a basically 19 years old, you're not even in the NBA yet. Like, there's no way that he like he just would have had to have nobody around him at the time when she's telling him what she's telling him. And like I said, if you dedicate your life to pussy, then you will tune out everybody around you because that will be your main goal as a man. And I've seen it done from many of men's cousins, friends. Like I said, there's dudes I know to this day who are still trying to 89 kids. I know a dude, he's like 52, just turned 52. He just had a baby because he he was at a club, or no, he was at a concert and hooked up with some random chick before the pandemic and hooked up with her in a bathroom. 52 years old, had a baby. Nigga got like 11 kids. But the dude, I mean, he's a cool dude, but the dude is like, I mean, he loves women. He's a conqueror. This dude got a lot of kids, man, and like he just I'm not saying his life is ruined or anything, but I'm just like, damn, you're 52. By the time this kid get 18, man, you do the math at the end of the day. like, like it's just a point in time where when your whole conversation is consumed in your life, everything you do, everything you talk about is just consumed with getting women. And it's just crazy. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying, like I said, if that's what you like, then that's what you like. But there's no way I would ever make that the center of my life, and there's no way I would let that be the center of my son's life. There's no way. There's no way. I know as a kid, obviously you can't say everything that you want to truly say. You can't say that this person is shit and this person's cool, but it's like how big of an impact, because I tell my niece this all the time, is 16 years old. I know that I know that the people around you aren't as supportive as they should be. And because I truly understand, because like I said, I've been around enough kids to, like, I work with kids, this and that, and like I'm not saying that everybody hasn't, but it's like I know, like, from being in a kid who's had to do therapy and all of these things, and it's like kids aren't going to be as honest as they are with their friends to other adults. And it's like, I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, because, like, I tell her this all the time. You have to fit in where you fit in. If you have to play the role around everybody who you're around just to get by, do what you do. But when you get with your friends and you talk about your mom, or your grandmother, or whoever, or me, or anybody, you talk differently around them that you do around us. So I'm not gonna put him in a situation that's uncomfortable or anything like that. But yes, at 19 years old, he feels how he feels. He feels how he feels. But I'm not going to ask him that, because it's not my anything to me, and I wouldn't be comfortable with that. If James wants to ask him, then James can ask.
All right. Hey, James, you have anything to add to that?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, did you hear that? No, you didn't hear that? I mean, I don't know. I guess he said he didn't want to ask him no questions. I got him. He ready to go.
No, I'm saying you can sit here and ask him everything that you said. You said that 19-year-olds and all this stuff. So if you got things that you want to ask him and to disprove what I'm saying, then you can go right ahead.
Hey, I'm Denzel, and I'm a 19-year-old right now.
Mhm.
All right. Welcome on to the podcast, man.
Hey, how you
What's up,
doing?
man?
All right.
I mean, you can go, man. You can talk. You don't have to not say nothing.
Oh, I don't even know what the debate is about.
I mean,
I
okay, I'll put okay. Oh, go.
I got like a brief understanding, but can you like summarize real quick?
I mean, okay, I'll put it to you like this. My okay, because we're talking about a 19-year-old, like, or EJ Washington hooked up with Bending Planner, and I feel like I said, somebody in his circle should have let him know that, even though, yes, technically he's a grown man, I feel that there's no way that he would have went through the situation that he went through, you know, fully, onto the aspect of that he aspect with, like, as much information is out there. And, like, yes, I do feel like if he had a father figure or somebody to come to him and be like, no, this chick is not right for you. Okay, you sleep with her, you sleep with her. But that's why they make condoms, plan Bs. and you force this chick to do all of this. And there's no way you just have a kid with this chick and knowing that this chick is going to be a long-term thing in your life and with
Right.
her history. So
Right.
and and so James is saying that, oh no, you could have told him anything, he still could have ended up in the same situation. And I don't believe that. There's no way I can believe that. And from having a son, there's and like my influence on my son, I can say has basically impacted him in a giant way. Like, okay, I can't speak for his uncles, I can't speak for his teachers, I can't speak for his cousins, but me as a father being there every day since day one makes a difference.
Right.
So that's the conversation basically, or a gist of it.
So I'm probably throwing my opinion real quick about the situation. Since coming from me, like I'm already 19,
Hmm.
and if I had that type of money like that, I'm gonna say I probably still would have low key. I probably still would have hit her up.
Hmm.
But I already know so much about. I already know how she gets down. So, cause
Exactly.
I'm from around the way, so I already know how she gets down. I already know how these females get. So they can't really get me.
Hmm.
So I would still hit her up, cause that's in my eyes that's still a model. And if I got the money and she feeling me, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
already know how she is with the other celebrities, and she's already been around.
Hmm. Exactly.
So me, if I was in his shoes, I probably would have been way more careful because I already knew like she'd have messed with homeboy over here, what's his name? Colin
Cap.
Kaepernick,
Yeah. 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 Cap. Yep.
Kaepernick, Uzi, who else?
Yep.
She didn't been into so many celebrities. It's like it's too obvious not to do it. They already hit past, got what they wanted. So I probably would have been like, yeah, she's not. I don't see no long term with her. That's not a wife.
Exactly.
So yeah, I probably would have got my little something in and then probably did. But as far as the baby, he didn't went too far. He didn't got like I don't know what was going in his head, but I think he went too far with that. That's kind of like an obvious no. It shouldn't have been with her. She's not even wife material, to be real with you. And probably none of my homies, all of my homies probably would have told me no with the baby. Or
Okay, but see,
they probably would have
on
told
the
me to
go.
be careful, huh? You said say it again?
For me.
Yeah.
Oh no, and it's like that was just my point. You've been praising a different time than us. So it's like you have access to uh to so much more than we had. So it's like we grew up in a time where we didn't have IG models. It's like we had chicks like Alyssa Ford. It's like we didn't really know nothing about her to the point of that we know now, or like Vita Guerra or a Victoria Velez. Well, I mean, I can't say Gloria Velez because she was out there like above for herself. But the first two where
Right.
you didn't know too much about these chicks to be like, oh man, like they got around, or they got
Right.
kids, or they got this, but we didn't know that information. But it's like
Right.
now, just like James said, it's like you got a computer at your fingertips and you can pull up YouTube video, and Instagram after Instagram and Twitter after Twitter, and then you can see other people's comments, and you can do all of this information. So it's no way a dude gets entrapped unless she has a psychological hold on him to the point of no return. And that's where I feel like what happened. I'm not saying that that's 100% fact, but I feel like she had a psychological hold on him to the point of where she, at a very young age, she manipulated him, which happens to young men all the time, and they listen to this chick, and it's like she spits all these good stuff, and
Right.
she has the body and she has the following, and then and he says, "Fuck his family, fuck his friends." Like I'm just addicted to vagina.
Yeah,
And
you know what that is? We call
what's
it.
up?
We call it. Can I cuss on this?
Yeah, go right ahead, man.
Yeah,
We call it pussy whip nowadays. That's
yeah,
what. That's what
Yeah,
that
that's what it's
was.
called. Yeah. Yep.
yeah.
They call
That's
it. We
that
call that.
hasn't changed, man. That has not
Yeah.
changed.
It
We call
hasn't
it
changed
pussy
at
whip
all.
now. That's what he was. That's what he got out of it. That's what happened. He got pussy whipped. Hypnotized by the vagina.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. If this dude would have had some stronger influence around him, because obviously the internet didn't help him at all, obviously. But I feel like as an uncle, as a father, as a cousin, there is no way I'm gonna let my nephew or my cousin or my brother who's about to go to the NBA. Okay, if you just some nothing dude, I hate to say it like that. If you working at Walmart and you hook up for the chick and get her pregnant, I mean that's just normal at the end of the day.
Right. Right.
But it's like if you about to make 6 figures, fucking 7 figures, that's on a whole nother level. That's just on a
Yeah.
whole nother level of you need to impact this person's life, not for your well-being, just so just just from a man to another man at the end of the day.
Right. Because that should have been an obvious one. Everybody should
Yeah,
have let him know about. She's literally
exactly.
on the internet. You can look up whatever you wanted about her. It's all on the internet.
Yeah, and it's like and like that was just my argument. Like I said, I'm not saying that he's not right on the factor of it doesn't matter what she has to say or thing. But I'm like, my point is, I feel like parents do not take a bigger influence in their kids' lives when they get to be adults. Like I don't like that factor. That's the only
Yeah.
thing I'm always trying to say. It's like once a kid turns 18, it's like who cares what you do? And it's like I can never feel like that. Like I got nieces and nephews. I still feel like I play a big part. Well, not a big part. Let me not say that. I still play a part in their life to check up on them, to text them, to this and that, just to know that somebody's there for them. That and that isn't a judgmental person. But it's like if you say to me like, "Yeah, I'm drinking alcohol," or I'm doing this, it's like, no, you still my niece, you still my nephew. I'm gonna tell you not to do it. I'm gonna give you, all the resources to be like, okay, this is what can happen to you as a teenager on the long-term effects. Okay, now what you do with that information is what you do with that information, but at least I was there for you. And it's
Right.
like I feel like, yes, a lot of, I hate to say it like this, black kids don't have that on a daily basis. And it's sad. It's sad that yes, we were taught because that's how our parents were. Just okay, here, you're 18, figure it out. It's like, what? Like, what do you mean figure it out? Like, I still need you. Like,
It's a
like,
lot of parents like that. My parents are like that too. Not even
yeah,
gonna lie.
so and it's like I said, I'm not trying to put anybody in a messed up spot about their life, but that's how this statistic is. And I'm saying
Yeah.
that as we as parents need to be there for our kids because, like I said, a parent's job never stops. It doesn't stop because you're 18. It doesn't stop because you're 21. It doesn't stop because you're 40. And until the day I die, that's when I stop being a parent.
Right. I hear that.
But at the end of the day, I just feel more strongly about that situation because, like I said, or I'm sorry, just like James says, it's like schools teach you how to be a helicopter parent and to take your kids to school and be like, that's it. It's like no, like no, it shouldn't be like that. And we constantly get programmed. I mean, that's where I'm going in all of this per se. It doesn't have to do with truly like Britney or PJ thing, that sword because his fate is already sealed. Like you can't do nothing about that. But
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, hello.
Like,
Oh
No.
man. Hey, it ain't my internet this time though. That's the good news. Oh, there he is. He's back.
you back?
Yeah. All right, you
I
back?
actually exited this. I'm sorry, I exited. I hit the clear all button on my phone and it exit me out. But yeah, that's it, man. That's all I have to say because I gotta head on up out of here. So I'll let you guys talk for a little bit before I exit out.
Oh, okay, yeah, James. You got anything to add from what Keith said, or how about you, man? You got anything you want to add?
No, I'm pretty okay with this. I'm pretty good. Probably pass the phone back to AJ.
All right, cool. All right, man. Good to have you on, man.
Yeah. Thank you, Denzel. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. Hey, man. Oh yeah, if you want to shout out your social media, you can real quick so people can find you if you want to.
Oh yeah, my social media is wavy.zell.
Right, can you spell that real quick?
WAVY
Mm-hmm.
.ZELL.
All right, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No problem. All right, James, you got anything you want to add, man?
Hell no.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I think we've said enough on this topic and we've given this chick enough publicity.
That's true.
Fair enough.
That's true.
Fair enough.
Honestly, I think everybody has to be honest.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty much done.
All right, good. Because if you didn't, I got another little homie over here who said he got tons to say about that chick.
Oh,
well.
I mean, if he wants to, we got a little bit more time.
Oh, speak your piece. You was talking big game before you got on the podcast, huh?
Driving, man. I got focus.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Kill y'all, man.
You can't do it. This one. Okay, yeah.
Did I not say reputation matters? Did I not say that earlier?
Wow. What? What you saying?
I said, no, I was talking to Keith. I said, didn't I not say reputation matters? Did I not say that earlier?
That's funny. Yeah, I'll give you that. That's funny. He's like, I can't be talking about this in certain circles.
Yeah, no, remember their generation, they deal with cancel culture heavy, so
Cancel culture, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, man, I forgot about that. Well, I'm saying this. Thanks to Dave Chappelle, our generation will be fine. Thank you, Dave Chappelle.
Oh man.
We can finally speak our piece without getting canceled.
But y'all kids, good luck to y'all.
All right, y'all, but I gotta go. It was great talking to y'all, man. I can't believe we spent like 40 minutes talking about fucking PJ Washington. Jesus Christ. I don't even think he's in the league anymore.
Yeah, and trust me, unless another conversation comes that's gonna be good, we won't be doing this again. Well, at least on them, at least.
No, I'm not talking about PJ Washington.
Yeah.
That I will not be doing. That no. Like I said, her. I'm not even gonna say her name no more. But PJ Washington, I'm not talking about that nigga no more. But
last thing I'll say, you made your bed, you gotta lay in it. It's that simple.
No, true that. Like I said, I mean not she, but he like I said, man, I just feel bad for the young dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know how it feels to be 23. I don't know how it feels to be 20. Like I was 25 when I technically had my first kid, so you know, I know how it is to be broke and have a kid. So So to be having millions of dollars and not being able to see this kid on a consistent basis, I couldn't even tell you how that feel.
Yeah.
Like having to pay something and not even know where it's going, and man, I'd be the man. Her ass would be in a box. I know that. She be in a box somewhere in fucking Indonesia. Cancel me, man. I don't care. I'm just telling the truth. You ain't gonna man. You ain't gonna catch me slipping like that. There, man. What I can't see my kid until I pay how much money? Okay, but I play basketball, right? So I technically got 2 months out of the year off. You gonna have to come to me. Oh well, if you don't make this birthday, then I'm gonna go to court to tell on you that you being a neglectful father. You just saw me on national TV playing the Lakers. What do you mean? Like, if I don't make a birthday, because the chick will do that.
Anyways, I want to thank y'all for being on this podcast. Appreciate it. And lastly, again, if you want to know where any of these guys at, the links will be down below. And yeah, once again, remember, check out the Clips channel. We are taking a break on it for now, but I'll probably start working on it in January when we're taking a break from the podcast. So I'll probably do that. But other than that, we got about, I think, 2 more to record this year. So yeah, so we're almost done for the rest of this year. All right. Well, thank y'all for being on this one and appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see y'all on the next podcast.